it's Haley, and today I'm going to be doing my October TBR. So September is coming to a close, which is crazy and kind of unfortunate, but also kind of exciting. I'm really busy in October. Basically this whole entire semester I'm drowning in work and readings, and in September the only things that I read were for school because I had to read 600 pages of manuscript, I had to read a bunch of plays and books, and it was just honestly ridiculous. I was so behind in reading the second that I walked into class. Like, it was crazy. So now the reading has kind of calmed down. I have more assignments though, so I'm still super busy. I'm not sure how October is going to go reading wise because it can go one of two ways. For one, I'm super busy with assignments and such. Reading is slowing down a little bit, like school readings, but I have reading week in October, but I also am going to California for reading week, which is so exciting. I have traveled more in these past 2 months than I have in the entirety of my life, which is really exciting. But I think in California I'll be able to read a little bit because my sister, I'm going to visit her. I have two sisters. One lives in England, one lives in California. It works out really nicely for me. But anyways, my sister is going to be working because she works at Apple. She's going to be working during the day on a couple of the days that I'm there, so I can just sit by the pool at her house and read, and it's going to be glorious. I'm very excited for that. But I do also have a few things school-wise that I want to get ahead on during reading week, and I'm only gone for half of the week. I don't really know how it's going to go, but I'm giving myself a kind of big TBR. It's bigger than it's been lately. But yeah, I'm going to start with the books that I have to read for school, so I'll get those out of the way. So the first books that I have to read for school are from my American literature class. It's American literature from the Civil War to the Realist period. So we have to read Daisy Miller by, who's this by? Henry James. And this is like, it's 50 something pages. I'm almost done it, and it's one of those novels where it's basically nothing happens, which is a very classic convention for American novels in this period. But the next novel that we have to read is The Awakening by Chopin, which I've heard very good things about, so I'm very excited to read this one. I believe it's pretty radical because the woman she's married, but she likes another guy, and it's like not presenting it in a way that's like blasphemy. So I'm very intrigued by this one. Also for my Shakespeare class, I have to read The Taming of the Shrew. I have it, I just don't want to get it because it's like underneath that pile right there, and everything will fall and it will just be a mess. But I have to read that, so I'm actually pretty excited to read that one. I believe it's a comedy, and Shakespeare's comedies are my favorite, so I'm pretty excited for that one. Now, as far as my fun reading that I'm planning on doing, I'm going to still be reading The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson, the first book of the Mistborn trilogy. I have not made much progress since my last TBR video for September. I think I've read like maybe 30 pages since that video. So I've decided to kind of put this like on the back burner a little bit since it's taking me so long. So I'm still going to be reading this, but I'm just going to be kind of reading other things while I read it, so maybe I'll finish it by the end of the year, but probably not. I am enjoying it though. I'm not really into it yet though, so I don't think it's bad. I'm just not like completely into it yet. The next book that I'm for sure going to be reading in October is Library of Souls by Ransom. I'm actually currently reading this one. It is the third and final book in the Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children trilogy, and I'm really sad that it's the last book, but I'm so excited to have this. I still can't believe it's in my hands. I am just, I love this trilogy so much. I think it's just so unique and fascinating, and the pictures in it, I just am really excited to be reading this, and I hope that it will live up to my expectations. So far it is really good. I just finished chapter 1. I'm on like page 62 right now, and I am enjoying it so far, so I'm anticipating that I will love it and it will be one of my favorite books of the year. Speaking of October and creepy and Halloween, I have a couple of books that were on my shelf that are kind of creepy that I think I'm going to try and read in October, just kind of set the mood. So the first book is A Great and Terrible Beauty by Libba Bray. This is the first book in the Gemma Doyle trilogy, and it has to do with witches, I believe, and I have it on audiobook actually, and I love Libba Bray's audiobooks. They always have the best narrators, so I'm going to listen to this one on audiobook and maybe delve into the rest of the series if I feel like it, because I do do own them, but not too sure. And I also might read Layer of Dreams by Libba Bray, which is the second book in the Diviners series. I don't know how many books it's gonna be, but it just came out recently and I don't actually own it yet, so I think I'm going to get the audiobook for that one and listen to that one as well, because that's another kind of creepy series and I figure it's now or never to read that one because it's the perfect time. And the other creepy book that I wanted to read is In the Shadow of Blackbirds by Kat Winters. I haven't seen this book too much on BookTube other than Reagan at Prue's Project. She has mentioned this book before. I don't really know what it's about. I just know it has some creepy kind of pictures in it, I believe. I can't find any though. Here we go. Yeah, so it has some creepy pictures in here and I honestly thought that was a cow at first, but it's actually a ghost woman. But it seems like it's going to be really creepy, and I think it has to do with like Mary Shelley, who is the author of Frankenstein. Like I said, I don't really know, but I think it definitely fits the Halloween-y mood. These next two books don't really fit into the theme of creepy and Halloween and all that stuff, but I still want to read them. So the first one is The Dream Thieves by Maggie Stiefvater. This is the second book in the Raven Cycle Quartet, and I actually just got it last month, well, this month technically. I got it in September and I loved The Raven Boys. The first book, I thought it was so good, and I think it is kind of Halloween because like there's people who are creepy and it's very atmospheric and it deals with like kind of magic, not really magic, but it has like all this kind of paranormal feel to it, so I think it does kind of fit into the theme of Halloween, but nonetheless I'm very excited to read it. There are people walking by and they're staring at me. Talking to a camera, don't worry about it. The next book is The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas. I've already read this, but I think I read it like really quickly. A lot of the Throne of Glass series, I got really tired of the page flipping and how big the pages are, so I just kind of started skim reading them. Like, not completely skim reading, but I didn't read as closely as I normally would. So right now I'm kind of in the process of rereading all of these books and working my way up to Queen of Shadows. So I have started this one. I'm only 50 pages in though, and I was just reading it while I was waiting for Library of Souls. So now I'm reading Library of Souls, and this one's kind of on the back burner presently. But I am going to try and read this in October, but my first priority is kind of the creepy books because I think it's the perfect time to read them. But this one will definitely be one that I turn to if I run out of creepy books and I have a crazy good reading month for some reason, which would be awesome, but very surprising since I'm gonna be so busy. So that is going to be all for today's video. Let me know what you are planning on reading in October, and also let me know what you're planning on being for Halloween if you're going out or whatever you're doing. I don't think I'm going out. Halloween is one of my least favorite holidays. I'm just not a really big fan of it. I don't know. When you get older, it's less fun because everyone just wants to get drunk and like, not my thing. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, blah blah blah, and also don't forget to subscribe. The button is right down below, and if you wanted to go and see my last video, it is right here if you wanted to click over there. And if you wanted to follow me on my social media, I have Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat, and my username for all of them is @HalesHeartsNYC, and all of that is linked down below as well. Oh, I'm out of breath. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!